What's going on, guys, and welcome to the top 10 games I've played in 2017. Now, if you don't know the rules of this kind of series of these videos, basically any games that I've played from the 25th of December 2016 all the way up until now, which is the 23rd of December 2017, they all count. So any games I've played for the first time in that time count for this list. That means that it doesn't have to be games just from 2017. There could be games from 3 or 4 years ago on this list. It's just games that I've played for the first time within that time. But anyway, let's get straight into the list. Number 10. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I got this game fairly late on into 2017, only about 3 months ago, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, I know the game was from, I don't know, 2016, maybe even before that, I can't remember. The game's been out for quite a while, but I only picked it up this year. Now, it's fairly far down on this list at number 10 because basically I had a lot of fun playing this game for the first couple of weeks. Me and my friends played it for like 4 or 5 hours every night for like 2 weeks straight and had a hell of a lot of fun. However, personally, after that 2 weeks, I kind of got bored of it, and at this current point in time, I'm not particularly interested in the game. It's kind of worn off for me. It's still a fun game. I still, come back to it every once in a while when my friends feel like playing it. But yeah, it is a little bit further down at number 10 on this list because, personally for me, I think I just wore the game out a little bit too quickly. Number 9. Gran Turismo Sport. So this is the first game from 2017 on this list, and also the first racing game. Gran Turismo Sport was a game that I was really excited about when I first heard about it. I thought it was really just going to be Gran Turismo 7, however it ended up not being that. They were going for a real esports online focused multiplayer kind of game, and I wasn't really a massive fan of that, especially the fact that they weren't having a proper campaign mode as well. That really pissed me off. You'll probably have seen the videos if you're a regular to the channel, and really that is the reason why it goes only in 9th place. Now, as I'm recording this, the campaign mode has actually just come out. They've added a campaign mode in kind of free, in a free update. And I think that's really good. However, it still only gets 9th place because there are some other issues with the game, and just not having a particularly great start and the lack of cars, the lack of tracks means it only gets 9th place. Number 8. Forza Motorsport 7. Now, I was really excited for Forza 7 because it would be the first motorsport game that I'd pick up as it came out. I got my Xbox just before Horizon 3 came out last year and really enjoyed that game. Horizon 3 got number 1 on my top games played in 2016 list. So I was excited for Motorsport 7. However, it ended up not being too great. I mean, customization and handling was pretty good. Just as good as before, maybe the handling a little bit better, but the game didn't look any better than previous games really, although it doesn't bother me too much. But there was issues, and there still are issues, with how you progress through the game, how you unlock cars. I'm not the biggest fan of, and rivals mode is basically not existent. I don't like the way that they've kind of, instead of going by PI, they're now going by like certain classes. There's a few things wrong with Forza Motorsport 7, however it's still a pretty decent game, getting a number 8. Number 7. Garry's Mod. So Garry's Mod is another game that didn't come out this year. I mean, this is probably the oldest game on the list. I'm not sure about one game further up the list, but yeah, it is definitely a pretty old game now. However, I had so much fun with this game. I started playing it early on this year, and it's just been so much fun. Playing mostly Trouble in Terrorist Town, TTT, it's just been really good. Now, this game probably would have got higher up on the list, however, one, it's a really old game, so I didn't want to put it really high up, because I want to focus mainly on the new games, but also, we only really played TTT. We had a lot of issues with trying to get other game modes to work, and altogether I think our group of friends, which is only 4 or 5 usually, is not quite big enough to have the most fun out of everything. But I mean, I still got like almost 60 hours in Gmod, and it's a really fun game. Number 6. Need for Speed Payback. Now, Need for Speed Payback is a pretty new game. I mean, it only came out, early November this year, so we're only talking, not even 2 months ago. It's probably, I think it is the newest game on this list. Maybe, yeah, I think it is actually the newest game here. And I mean, I personally think that Payback was a massive improvement on Need for Speed 2015. 2015 had a lot of issues. It was very drab. It had a terrible handling model, and altogether the progression and everything just wasn't a very interesting game. Well, Need for Speed Payback, I think, has done much better. Got a lot of flack from IGN for some stupid reason, but we'll ignore that. But I think Payback is so much better. The cars handle better. There's more cars. There's more customization. The story is more interesting, although it is a little bit cheesy, yes. However, I think Need for Speed Payback is a massive improvement on the previous game and a great game by itself. Number 5. Dirt 4. Speaking of games that have improved on their previous title, Dirt 4 is definitely that. Now, Dirt Rally came out in 2016. I think it did come out last year actually, because I had it on last year's list. And it was a pretty good game. You know, the game looked amazing, the cars drove pretty well, but there was very limited of everything. Very limited tracks, very limited cars, and altogether it just wasn't a very big game. But then Dirt 4 came out this year and it totally changed. Had so many more cars, lots and lots of cars, still not a massive amount, but a pretty damn reasonable amount of cars for a rally game. Infinite tracks. I mean, you can make rally stages, you can just generate them, which I think is just such a cool idea. You get unique experiences every time with each track. And I mean, you know, the addition of Rallycross and all this awesome stuff. Dirt 4 was an amazing game. Number 4, Project Cars 2. Now, this, I will say right now, is the top racing game on this list, which may be a bit surprising actually, to not have a racing game way up in the top 3. Only in 4th place is Project Cars 2. However, this is, I think, by far the best racing game of this year. Now, yes, the campaign mode isn't the most interesting thing in the world. However, you know, you go through a motorsport, you kind of work your way up, like you would expect to in a racing, you know, a racing career, really. So yeah, the campaign mode is not that interesting, but it's still okay. It's still there. There are a ton, and I mean a ton, of cars in this game, and even more tracks. I mean, so many tracks. It's amazing how many tracks are in Project Cars 2. And the fact that you can take like F1 cars on rallycross circuits and on icy snowy circuits, I think is just amazing. The potential in Project Cars 2 is great. Once again, a massive improvement on the original game. Number 3. Watch Dogs 2. Alright, so we've got a game that came out last year. I got this game for Christmas last year and had a hell of a lot of fun with it. I never played Watch Dogs 1. I was going to get it, I was really hyped up for it, but I didn't end up getting it straight away. I heard some reviews, a couple of friends that had it. They said it wasn't very good, so I never ended up picking up Watch Dogs 1. However, I have played it a little bit, and yeah, it's just very blank, it's very drab. It's not particularly interesting, but when Watch Dogs 2 came out, I was hooked and I wanted it. And when I saw it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it for Christmas, and I'm so glad that I did, because Watch Dogs 2 was a hell of a fun game. Really interesting characters, a really good looking game, and altogether just a really good game. The missions are interesting, the story is interesting. Watch Dogs 2 is just great. Number 2. The Walking Dead Season 1, the Telltale game. Now, I played all 3 current seasons of The Walking Dead this year, starting obviously with Season 1, and I had to just pick one season, and I had to go for Season 1. It was by far the best season. You are Lee Everett, and you are basically looking after this girl called Clementine, little girl, and you go through the zombie apocalyptic world, and it's just a really awesome game. I played Tales from the Borderlands last year. That was the first Telltale game I ever played, and I was really excited to play another one. I decided to go for The Walking Dead. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll enjoy this, I don't know. I knew it was based off the TV show, but at that time I had never watched the TV show. However, after playing all 3 games, I decided to go and watch the TV show, and now I'm hooked on that as well. So altogether, The Walking Dead is a great game, and I think, personally, out of the games I've played so far, the best Telltale game. Number 1. Fortnite Battle Royale. Yes, I'm sure you guys are expecting this to be on the list, and since you hadn't seen it already, I'm sure if you watch my channel a lot, you would have probably known that it was coming. It was real hard for me to toss up between this and The Walking Dead. I decided to put this in front because I've played it so many hours over the last couple of months. Also because it came out this year, Walking Dead didn't, so I felt like it really deserved to be in the top spot for that. The Fortnite Battle Royale is just such a fun game. The shooting, the intenseness that it brings, the building is amazing. I was really excited for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds when it was first announced, when it first came out. However, I didn't have a PC good enough for it. I was going to get it when it came to console. However, I don't think I'm going to now, because I have Fortnite, which I personally think looks like a better game, and it's just great. It's got building, it's got everything. I absolutely love Fortnite Battle Royale. Alright, so there we have it. That was my list for the top 10 games I've played in 2017. What do you guys think of the list? And what games did you enjoy playing this year? They don't have to be from this year, like my list. However, whatever you enjoyed this year, or you know, games that did come out this year that you just really enjoyed, please tell me down in the comments below. I would love to know. I'm excited for next year. Some pretty cool games already coming out next year that I know of, that I'm excited about, so I can't wait to do this again in a year's time. But anyway, guys, have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone if you're watching this when it's uploaded, or I guess anytime around Christmas. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please go ahead, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.